guys, welcome back to my channel. One of my goals for the year was to try to cook more, and I definitely have been lacking in that department, so I figured today let's go ahead and make 3 different fall recipes. We've got a little bit of baking, we've got some cooking, and we'll kind of just see how it goes and we can do it together. So let's go ahead and get started. So a couple of weeks ago, I actually saw a YouTuber, Allison Bickerstaff. She did the same exact thing, and I watched her video, and the first thing that she made were these pumpkin muffins that looked absolutely delicious. And I'm somebody who, I don't necessarily always go for things pumpkin, but I did buy pumpkin the other week at Trader Joe's, so I figured I might as well try to use it. So I found the recipe, these really yummy looking pumpkin muffins. I think they look so good, and also it is breakfast time, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this. I'll make sure to link this recipe down below. We will go ahead and just try our hand at baking. I will say, last night I tried to make noodles. Like, I wanted to try to make Panda Express noodles, and I could not do it. It did not taste good. And I tried it twice. I tried 2 different recipes. So I'm very much a novice at baking. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, I think the recipe's gonna be pretty simple. Oh, I have to pee. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm back, and I did wash my hands. But as I was saying before, this recipe looks pretty easy. I just preheated my oven to 375, and we'll just get cracking on this. Okay, so my butter is actually vegan butter that I'm using, and it is currently heating up in the microwave because it needs to be melted. Going to add in a can of pumpkin puree. We are gonna separate the dry and the wet ingredients for the beginning of this recipe. So I have a separate bowl for that. It's kind of satisfying and also disgusting at the same time. Okay, my butter is totally melted, so we're gonna pour this in together, and then we'll mix it all together. Okay, now it's time to mix these together. I'm gonna pour this into this bowl because this was bigger, and just try to mix it together as best we can. I cross the mountains and the ocean for you. Just to see. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I'm feeling like a little, you know, Betty Crocker, or like I could be on the Great British Baking Show or something, because this was super easy to do. Now I can add in any mix-ins before I put it in the oven. I think I have enough chocolate chips to try to do chocolate chip pumpkin muffins. That would be so good. So we'll try to add those in right now. Okay, it smells so good in here. The oven just beeped, so I'm gonna take out these muffins and hope that they are delicious, but they smell so yummy. Yes. Okay, these look so delicious. I'm gonna give them time to cool off, and then we'll go ahead and taste test them. They look so yummy. Okay, my muffins have cooled off now. They look absolutely so delicious. So we're gonna go ahead and have a little taste test. This one, look at that. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, moment of truth, here we go. Oh, wow. Wait, these are so good. You guys, I'm so proud of myself. These are so yummy. They are very fluffy and light and delicious. The flavoring, I think, is super yummy. I can definitely taste the pumpkin flavor as well as like the cinnamon flavor, so it's not too overpowering. I totally want to make these again, and I think like having some sort of like a cream cheese drizzle would be super good, or you could put nuts in these. Having these for breakfast or just dessert even. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so happy about them. I'm so happy about them. So I'll finish eating these for my little breakfast and then we'll move on to lunch a little bit later. We're getting closer to lunchtime and I wanted to do a little bit more of a fun challenge for this cooking adventure. And so I actually planned today to make my own tomato soup and I'm gonna make a nice toasted sandwich to go with it. But that means like I literally have tomatoes and we're gonna roast them and then we'll mix it all together so that way it makes a delicious yummy soup, which this can take a little bit of time. So this is definitely not something you can do really quick. It's gonna take about an hour for this to happen. One of my favorite foods to have on like a cozy cold night in is tomato soup and like a grilled cheese sandwich. And I love the tomato soup that I get from Zupa's and I always get the Honey Bacon Club because it's so good. We'll go ahead and start working on this. This does take kind of a long time. It's gonna take about an hour for the soup to cook. So I'm gonna start it a little bit earlier than I normally would start cooking lunch, just that way it's ready to go when it is lunchtime. The tomatoes have been in here for about 30 minutes and we're gonna actually start on sauteing everything else and getting the soup ready. I'm gonna dice up this onion and add that to our Dutch oven as well as with a few other extra little ingredients, and then we can pour the tomatoes in there once they're finished cooking. That's where I'm pointing to. And then we'll also be using an immersion blender for this as well. If you don't have an immersion blender, that's okay. You can use like a handheld mixer as well, but I have an immersion blender, so I'm gonna use it today.
All at once I can see it put back together. You could call it a vision or a tether. Take me to the jungle. Teach me tiger law. Read to me a poem, sing to you a song, drunk in my devotion, laid out on your chest.
Okay, I have about 10 minutes left before I can bring my tomatoes out from roasting, and this just needs to simmer now for about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start working on my sandwich, getting that completely ready. I won't toast it yet, but I'll make it right now. And then as soon as this is completely done, we'll toast it real quick and then we'll be ready to eat it. Okay, so I'm starting off by using my Country Crock plant butter. I'm gonna use this to butter the outer edge of the sandwich. Ooh. I know this can be done like right before, but I just like to do it first because it's just habit now at this point. Put these right here, and now I'm gonna quickly slice up another tomato. And I just do a couple thin slices. Typically I use Roma tomatoes, however I forgot to purchase tomatoes or a Roma tomato yesterday when I was prepping for this video, so we'll just do one of the tomatoes that we bought for the tomato soup, which should be fine. These are just vine tomatoes, so shouldn't be too bad. Do 3 slices there. I'm gonna add on some pesto. I really like adding pesto to my sandwiches. I think it makes it taste super yummy. Let's see if I can get this open. There we go. That might have been a little too much. We can take a lot of it off. But this will kind of act as our base. And then I'm gonna add on all of the tomatoes that we cut. So I have 4 slices of tomatoes. I'm also gonna add some spinach onto the sandwich. I know that's kind of different, but I like to have a little bit of some greens on here, and I think spinach is really easy because it melts really well on here. Okay, so now that we have that, now if you have a honey mustard or something that you would like to put on, this is where you'd put that on. I don't have honey mustard, although I would probably like to add it eventually. I know that that's what they put on at soup is, but I'm just gonna add regular honey. I am the vegan that eats honey, so we'll go throw some of that on there. Finally, we're gonna take our other slice of bread and we're going to add there's some tomatoes on it. We're gonna add pesto to this side as well. Add this on here. All right. Now I'm gonna leave this here until I'm ready to actually put it onto a pan and grill it. So I'm just gonna leave it here for now. It's okay if it's left out for a few minutes, it'll be fine. Okay, we have our homemade tomato soup. It looks really yummy. I'm actually super excited about it. And then we have our tomato pesto sandwich, super yummy, and we can dip it in here. It's actually really sunny outside today, so not necessarily super cozy, but it'll work for us. Okay, time for our reveal. Let's go ahead, take a bite of the sandwich. I think I might have cooked the bread, like toasted it a little too long because it's pretty crunchy, but still super good. And now I'm gonna dip it in the soup. Let me just try it on its own now. I do see like some tomato chunks in here still, so I think I need to spend more time blending with my immersion blender. But I think it will still be yummy. And you know, sometimes having some chunks of tomatoes in your tomato soup isn't bad. I'll be honest, it's not my favorite tomato soup. It's good, it's still really good, and I'm proud of myself for making it, but I think I might have maybe, I don't know. I did have the recipe because I didn't want to make a soup for like 8 people. So maybe I should have just made the whole thing, because maybe that kind of threw some of the things off, but it's still yummy. I'm still proud of myself. And I think for dipping this in here, it's perfect. I think it's quite yummy. Anyway, I'll go ahead and finish eating my lunch. I'm so happy that I was able to make this and that overall it was pretty successful, and then we'll see you later tonight for dinner. Okay, for our final meal for today, I'm gonna get started on dinner. For dinner today, I'm making a stuffed butternut squash, which I'm so excited for. It looks so yummy. Butternut squash is actually one of my favorite foods to eat. I think it just tastes so yummy. I love how it's sweet, but also is a little bit more hearty for you. I actually popped in my butternut squash into the oven about 30 minutes ago. It takes about an hour for them to roast. So I just split it down the middle and carved out all the seeds and everything from inside, added some avocado oil and seasoned it with some salt and pepper, and flipped them upside down and put them into the oven. Now we're gonna start working on the mixture that we're gonna be putting inside the butternut squash, so we'll go ahead and get started with that.
Feeling down. be over my troubles. Yeah, they've been there.
Okay, you guys, final meal of the day. I'm so excited about this. It looks so absolutely delicious. We have this roasted butternut stuffed squash. I cannot wait to eat this. I think it looks so good. Actually, like, it looks so healthy and filling and like a beautiful fall dish. I'm so excited. I've let everything cool down for a while because everything was very hot. So we're gonna hope that it does not burn my mouth as we dig into this. Let's see if I can figure it out. All right, moment of truth. Oh my goodness. Wait, what? Am I a cook? Okay, so admittedly, I did kind of rush this recipe just a little bit when it came down to the filling for the stuffing. I could have chopped the walnuts up or the pecans up. I could have chopped the kale up with an actual knife instead of trying to just rip it with my hands. But I think that this is so absolutely delicious. All of the flavors come together very nicely. We have the sweetness of the butternut squash that also kind of corresponds with like the salty from the sausage and the salt and pepper that we put on it. Honestly, not even mad about this. This is actually, I think it's so yummy. I'm ecstatic. I'm so shocked. I'm so happy with myself. And it was relatively very easy to make. I mean, while it is time consuming for having to like plan out an hour ahead to make the squash, you could easily make the filling ahead of time and then just reheat that up when the squash is cooking, and then you just put it in when you're ready to go. So I do think it could be a quick, easy meal if you just plan ahead a little bit. Well, friends, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this fun little cook with me. I know that I had a lot of fun doing it, and I'm really impressed with myself and just happy that I was able to get over the hump of a disaster that I had last night when I was trying to cook those noodles. They just were not good at all. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.